Okay, to begin with, I wish to thank Ken Mazer, who took the time and made the effort to nominate me for the award. Thanks to Gary Wilkinson and Neil Thompson for their letters of support. Secondly, I would like to thank my wife, Sharon, for many years of support, patience, and understanding. Thirdly, to my long departed parents for their sacrifices and their guidance during my formative years. Next, I'd like to thank my siblings, because coming at the end of a long string of children, they probably were more responsible than anyone else for my upbringing. In addition, I'd like to acknowledge my good fortune of being raised on a marginal farm in northeast Saskatchewan, where we were never very far away from Mother Nature. Also like to acknowledge the discipline that I learned during my brief period with the Royal Canadian Air Force. And next, I'd like to acknowledge the opportunities that my University of Saskatchewan undergraduate and postgraduate education created for me. Then the experiences and the opportunities that my career as SaskPower gave me, and the lessons learned. And finally, the mutual support and the ideas that were shared during my many years of volunteerism. It's often said that one can achieve most anything if one sets one's mind, heart, and energy to the task. Unfortunately, this is not often the case, especially if one is from the underprivileged, one has a handicap, or one is from racially or culturally discriminated groups. These are hurdles that few can overcome, no matter what their effort might be. This sort of thing really became very apparent to me as a child in the aftermath of the Ihor Guzenko disclosure in 1945 that there was a fifth column operating in Canada. The fallout was that some are suggesting that Ukrainian Canadians should all be deported to where they came from, that is to the Soviet Union, because they were all deemed to be communists and therefore enemies of the state. Another situation which really was significant in my early life was that in the large tracts of uncultivated land around our farm, many of the wildlife species were disappearing, probably because of our modern day farming practices. These situations, the Ihor Guzenko and the environmental degradation, have made an indelible impression on my life and have basically influenced my lifelong values. Specifically, to make Canada a better place, we, the fortunate, must understand and have empathy for others and must have a holistic appreciation of the world around us, in particular, its social and environmental health. Today, Canada and the world are facing monumental tasks. Some is existential. In large part, many of these are a result of the scientific discoveries made over the last few centuries. Many believe that since science got us into these predicaments, only science can rescue us. As true as this might be, relying solely on the scientific community and governments to solve our woes is not the best path forward. Government will need all the help it can get. That path forward has to be bolstered by grassroots ideas and action, tempered by compassion and understanding. As we now are used to saying, we're all in this together. Governments will need help in all fronts. That is, help with addressing societal and environmental issues if we're going to survive the chaos in the decades to come. Consequently, to the extent possible, all of us have to volunteer, be it to support social, economic, or environmental issues, anything that we have a passion for, and for anything that we can really make a positive difference. In closing, I'm genuinely humbled by the honor which has been bestowed on me, the Buzz Award, and notwithstanding my age and with some sort of luck, I hope to be able to continue for a few more years as a dedicated and mindful volunteer. My sincerest appreciation to all with whom I have interacted over these many years. Thank you for your support. Hopefully it has been mutual. Because of your help today, we are all a bit more richer. Thank you very much.